Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we will be discussing another problem from our SD sheet, and the next problem is minimize the sum of product from our greedy approach section. Let us understand the question. This is very simple one. You are given two arrays A and B of equal size n. Your task is to find out the minimum value of this expression, which I'll tell you, where shuffling of elements is allowed.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Let me just mute it. Fine. Okay, so let's see. Let me write this test case here. What we have is 3 1 1 3 1 1 and the other one is 6 5 4. Okay, just think of it. How can we minimize this expression? What is the expression? Basically what they're asking is, this is index 0, this is indexing 1, this is indexing 2. You have to calculate the sum of multiplication of A0, B0, then B1, C1. Let me show you. A0 into B0, that means the first element of both the arrays, multiplication of them added to these two elements, one multiplication of 1 and 5 added to 1 into 4. Right, this is one possibility, but is this the minimum possibility that we have? Let us check. Okay, so for example, if I do it in the way that A of 0, right now what is the situation of my array? In that situation, if I do 3 into 6 plus 1 into 5, basically the elements that are found at the same index, we have to multiply them and find out the sum, right? And the question wants us to minimize this sum, so we have to rearrange the array in such a way that we get the minimum value of this expression. So right now what we're getting here, we'll see. What if you think of it in this way? 18 plus 5 plus 4, that is 27, right? Right. Okay, can we minimize this sum? Think of it. Let's say if I sort this array, very simple. Okay, this is what will happen. Anything, tell me, if this is some number n, if I multiply this number with m, okay, if there is some number, for example n minus 1, and I multiply this number with m minus 1, right, and then I add these, right? Okay, there is one case like this. Or if I try to do it, see, these are too big. I know these are bigger numbers and these are smaller numbers. For example, I have a series here. Let me just tell you it in layman terms. The question is nothing, very simple. For example, I have this series, and I have one series which is 4, 5 and 6. Correct? Now tell me, the maximum of this series is 6 and the maximum of this series is 3. If I multiply, sum can be minimized. I have to basically minimize this sum, whatever I get. It can only be minimized if I somehow get these numbers as small as I can, and these numbers are nothing but multiplication of array A, element of array A and element of array B. So somehow, and multiplication of two elements can be minimized if I take the elements only as in such a way that they are minimum, not minimum as in A and B. If I can minimize them so that I get the multiplication also minimized. But if I multiply the largest with the largest, I am going to get the multiplication the largest only. Getting my point? If I shuffle it in this way, I try to balance it out in this way, that the maximum of this series, I multiply it with the minimum of the other series, right? Element A and element B, somehow I'm trying to balance it in such a way that one is greater, so the one is smaller of the other series, right? So what I get is 6 into 1. Then what I have is, similarly, the smallest of this, if I multiply with the largest of this, somehow I'm balancing it, right? Plus 4 into 3, and then the remaining one, basically the middle ones. So the point here is that if you see, this is the thing, this is the crack here of this question. Whatever two arrays you have, you sort them. If I sort them, I get 1 1 3 from the above, okay, and in the below array what I get is 4 5 6. My only idea to solve this question is that A of 0 to be multiplied with A of n minus 1, this number, and that's how I am going. This one to be multiplied with this, right? This one to be multiplied with this one to be multiplied with this, and then the sum that I get, I am going to get it as the minimum only. Even if I take the other example, let me take the other question, other test case, which is, let me take 61954 6 1. For example, what I have is 6 1 6 1 9 5 4. And what do I have in the other one? Let me check. Other one is 3 4 8 3 3 4 8. Cool. And 2 4. Fine. If I sort these two arrays, right, what I'm going to get, let's sort it. 1 4 5 6 and 9. That's one array. Other array 3 4 2 3 4 4 8. Now guys, I am only going to get that expression minimum if I choose the lower element of this and multiply it with the higher element of the other array and let the series continue. So basically what I'm going to do is 1 into 8 plus what is the next element of this. I'll progress from here in first array like this and in the second array like this. That's how I'm going to do it, correct? So 1 into 8 plus 4 into 4, this one with this one, 5 plus 5 into 4 plus 6 into 3 plus 9 into 2. That's the only way I can balance this. There's no other thing, nothing much to think also. This is a simple one, that's all, right? So that's what we are going to do. Simple thing. If I'm taking an iterator I, so a of I should be multiplied with b of n minus I minus 1, right? So if you see, if when I is 0, I'll get n minus 1. What is b or n minus 1th, and what is there at n minus 1th index? This is n minus 1th index, right? So I'm multiplying 1 with it. When my I progresses to 2, a of 2 is this, and b of n minus 1, that is this element, right? When my I is, this is 0 1, when my I is 2, a of 2 is this, and b of n minus 2 minus 1, that is n minus 3. So n minus 3 is this index, correct? So that's how we are going to handle it. Fine. So that was all about this problem. This is a very simple question. Whatever time is going in the sorting of these two arrays, which we are going to do, and you know that it takes n log n of time complexity. We are sorting two arrays, right? Arrays dot sort. Moving to the code now. A. And the iteration is going to take me just O(n) of time complexity, but before that we have already sorted this array, so n log n is going to dominate your time complexity. So that will, you can see that n here is given you of type long, so you have to take care of this thing here when you are adding your answer to. Overflow can happen, and to avoid it, basically a of I is going to be an integer only. Okay, for example, a of I, it is of a is also of type long, b is also of type long. Now answer is also of type long, so whatever elements are, they are of type long. But when you are doing b of, multiplying it with b of n minus I minus 1, n minus I minus 1, all the I is of type int, n is of type long. I need to typecast here n into int so that it doesn't give that lossy expression error. Getting my point? Because n here is of type long, but we are iterating it using I, which is of type int. That is why I've typecasted here n as int. Now you'll see that whatever I have, the multiplication, even if it overflows, it won't overflow because we have already taken an answer of type long, right? Finally we return this answer. So this is the simple, very simple question. Let's just see if there is any mistake. We will see it. That's all, right? So let me know if you guys have any doubts in this. Let me check. Wait, you can have a look. If there are no doubts, then we will wrap it up. Okay, fine then, everyone. See you all in the next lecture. That was all for today. Simple question. Bye bye and take care.